Hey guys, I am DM Zone. This is Gamers Oasis. We're going to talk about my trip to Maryland. Okay, guys. So, like I just sort of said, I went to Maryland for 2 weeks. Got family out that way. I always like to joke with my wife saying it's up there when actually it's really just directly east of where I live. Like, okay, so talk about the outside of the store. This is actually about half of it. It's a big store. I would say it's 40 to 50 feet wide and probably 50 to 60 feet deep. If I was to say anything negative about the store, is it doesn't have a place for people to come and sit and do things. Part of a hobby store, comic store, these type of stores, I find, is to be able to sit and to do the hobby there so that the staff can show you how to do it, so you can learn it, so you can play games with other people. Um, Maybe I'm biased. I used to work in a game store myself, and I that was what we did. Now this was 1997, 98 area, so life is different. We have COVID, we have all these things. We also had a used selection, which means you have a lot of dead stock, that type of stuff. The staff is super friendly. It's a choice. I don't know if it's a mistake. It's a choice. I would have loved to sit down and had old timers come in, sit there, and talk. That's the community atmosphere I would have loved to have had. They didn't really have that. They utilized the entire store for everything, and it's not just D&D. They have a section as big as what you're going to see here. This is part of what you see here. Plus, there's more for whatever 40K, for anime, for other dark fantasy stuff, for board games. They have at least that much space for board games, and then they have that again plus more for comics because it's actually a comic store. So, anyways, let me get into it. I got me they sell mostly armor paint or the armory paint. Yeah, I started out with the primer for this. Sometime you watch my painting videos, you'll see me pull it out, just talk about the old stuff. I have a can of this stuff from like 2000, before 2000. One of the old cans back when my store used to sell it, the store I worked at. They had a couple stickers, decal, little beholders. Oops, here. These are actual stickers. It's kind of cool. Can't imagine they do that in every purchase. I did tell them I was from out of town, so maybe they figured they'd give me a bunch. They gave me a business card with a bunch of stuff. Different locations they have. Let me see if I get this right here. Hold this where you can see it. And focus. There we go. Check them out if you want. Oh, this totally not sponsored. They didn't ask me to do this. I'm just doing this because I like the store. Business card. Fully embrace. Everything here is very brand. The Beholder brand. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know if they want their emails out there or whatnot, but they do have it in the business card. So I bought me some paints that, it's not that I can't do these paints myself, it's just way easier when you have it already in a wash. So basically I bought washes. They even have their branding on their bag. I have a picture of that too somewhere around here. I'll put that in this video as well. I got me a blue tone for the army painter. It's called a quick shade. Essentially it turns it sort of, it's like a wash. We'll go into it, watch my videos, you'll see how it works. I have a green one. I have a purple one. I have a red one. So I want to paint crystals, I want to paint those type of things. I can literally do it with that. So when I had my, where do you go? This guy here, if I wanted to go ahead and paint him up and do that with the red shade, I can now do that, and I probably will. I'll have a video with that probably done and some flocking on that, which I'll get to in a second. Maybe I'll have to edit that part out because I forgot to bring it downstairs. Anyways, complete with my other 3 miniatures from that set. Then I also got me a flesh wash. This is an actual wash. It's the same thing as a tone. They just call it a different thing. I have dark tone, which is basically a black wash, which you've seen me use a lot. Now, there's a gamer out there. I'll give a bit of a shout out. It's his name is, he goes by the Gaming Methuselah. His first name is Jim. Why can I not find? We're going to watch that video later. Okay, so I just looked at my phone and found it. His name is Jim Murphy. Sorry, Jim, I forgot your last name. I just remember he's a Gaming Methuselah. I've been watching his videos. I was like the classic viewer. I saw it first on Matt Colville's channel. I watched the poor audio quality. I only call it the poor audio quality video because that's the way he self-describes the video. I wasn't even sure he wanted to post it. I watched it. I took a lot of information down about it. I put a lot of thought into that type of stuff. Since then, I've watched Jim Murphy's actual channel. I've subscribed to his channel, and in one of his main painting videos, which I don't necessarily watch him, I really don't watch him for his painting. I consider myself sort of like he is, sort of a speed painter that is very experienced in painting miniatures as long as I've been playing D&D. I've been playing D&D since I was 13 years old. That'd be like 1988, 1987 area. Okay? So, anyways, my first miniatures were obviously not as good as the latest ones. But, anyways, alright. So, he recommended a Games Workshop paints. I don't, Games Workshop's very proud of their paint. He doesn't necessarily recommend them as a paint. Their paint is good. Didn't think their paint was a bad quality paint, but they're just expensive. But there's a color he recommended. When I went to look, there was actually 2 colors that it might be, and I'm not sure 100% which one he was looking at because I didn't have the video. I didn't have the note wrote down with me when I was at the store. But I remember he said earth shade. It was something earth shade, and there's 2 different types of earth shade washes, and then there was an earth shade type technical, which I believe is a cracking paint, which is completely different. Still very cool, not what I'm wanting for this purpose. Maybe I'll get that later. Anyways, so I bought one. This one here is called Shade Argax Earth Shade. Okay, and this is Shade Argax Earth Shade Gloss. So they're both shade paints. They're both Earth Shade. They're both the Argax. Just one is gloss and one is not gloss. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm thinking wet puddles, mud puddles, and just a regular wash to go over miniatures. We'll see. Maybe the gloss part won't actually be a gloss part. Maybe it will be less of a thing than what I think it is. But anyways, so I went ahead and bought that, and I'll be right back. I gotta go get my flock. What the flock am I doing? Alright, I'm back. So I went to Hobby Lobby today. Hobby Lobby is much like Michael's or an art and craft store you might have locally around where you live. I went to the train section and picked up, because the other thing that this wonderful game store did not have was a good section for like flock and accessories for your painting. They had the painting supplies, but they didn't necessarily have the stuff that goes with it. So I bought me 2 different kinds of lichen, like you would find on trees or whatever. In the future, I probably won't buy this. I'll probably just go draw my own, but until I do, $2.99, not a bad deal. I have bleached white and dyed green. That's normally not this color. But $3 each. This will go a long ways. You don't put a whole lot on a miniature. I bought me some snow. In my experience, this will not go very far. Snow takes a lot to do what you want to do, because usually you're covering the base, not the miniature itself, because the miniature itself is moving, so it probably wouldn't have snow unless it's a tank. Different story. Anyways, $3. You're really not going to beat that for price on that. Then I got some dark clumped. This is basically a mixture of the lichen plus actual flock, which I'll get to in a second, which makes it bushy. It's going to be great for like low-lying shrubs, which is what it's designed for in the train world. This is a slightly more expensive. This was $3.99. This was again $2.99. So two different colors. You can see them up next to each other. They are different colors. I don't really care about my face. There we go. So a little texture, different colors, good for the basing. Then I got me a mixed huge thing. If you are doing trains, this probably wouldn't last you very long. This would probably last 4 to 6 feet worth of spread. If you're doing the miniatures, that is a whole lot of miniatures. And I got me grass. If you want to see me do some painting, let me go ahead and talk real quickly. I didn't say this at the beginning. I have I started originally a second channel. I started this channel sometime around 2009, I want to say. Actually, I take that back. It was 2011. So I started this channel in 2011. That's back when I first got onto D&D, or into the YouTubes. And it's for my painting business channel. I've taken down most of the videos, or names that are unviewable. I'm going to redo them with better technology and probably redo the painting tutorial stuff. And then I'll be posting the live streams of me painting probably there. And instead of maybe Facebook, I was doing it on Facebook, but I just don't feel like I'm getting any sort of engagement there. I don't feel like it's good before, after, or whatever. And I feel like it's splitting me up too much. So I'm going to just go back to that channel. That channel has almost 100 subscribers, which is slightly less than what this channel here has. So we'll see. Maybe it'll reignite and it will be a channel that I do that. I'm going to be selling most of the miniatures I paint. So if you see me over there painting something like this little skeleton, or this demon, or maybe this dwarf, just to grab 3 miniatures that are near me, which these aren't done, but you get the idea. Plus any of the other miniatures. You saw me with that one. Here's a beholder that's got a little bit of work, and I got to fix it in this base so it will stay. But, yep, anyways, these are the type of things I'm working on. You can watch me paint them, you can watch me do all that stuff there. If you want to follow me there, just go ahead and subscribe on that channel. And if you want to not follow me there but see what I do, you can watch my videos here, and occasionally every now and then I'll throw a video up talking about the stuff I'm painting. If any of that stuff interests you, my big projects or whatever, then you can go over to the channel and watch more on that big project. But this channel here will remain more of the video game and Dungeons and Dragons, and probably some more with Mythos and whatnot when I get back into that stuff, if I ever get back into that stuff again. Anyways, so this is my update on what my painting stuff is. Hope you guys like it.